They say family is where you never have to explain yourself. A place where your story is already known before you speak. Where the people around you understand your silences, your laughter, and the strange little details that make you who you are. But for some people, family does not feel like a place of understanding. It feels like a room where everyone else seems to speak a language you were never taught. Conversations move around you like distant weather. Inside jokes drift through the air like smoke you cannot quite grasp. And slowly a quiet thought begins to form in the back of the mind. How can someone feel like a stranger in the very place they were born? This experience is rarely talked about. It hides behind polite family gatherings, holiday photographs, and conversations that appear normal from the outside. Yet inside many homes there are people who feel quietly misplaced. Not rejected exactly, but never fully seen. Why does this happen? Why do some people grow up feeling emotionally outside the circle of their own family? And what does that quiet distance shape inside a person over time? Tonight we explore the psychology of those who feel like outsiders in their own family. Let's begin. Sometimes the feeling does not arrive suddenly. It appears slowly, like a fog creeping across a familiar landscape. At first everything seems normal. Childhood routines unfold the way they do for everyone else. Meals at the table. Conversations in the living room. Small arguments. Occasional laughter. But somewhere beneath the ordinary rhythm of family life, a subtle difference begins to emerge. You start to notice that the emotional current of the room moves differently around you. When others speak, their words seem to connect effortlessly. Their thoughts bounce off one another like echoes in a canyon. But when you speak, the silence sometimes lingers a little longer. Not hostile silence. Just a pause that feels strangely empty. You begin to notice small things. The way your interests rarely match the topics everyone else finds exciting.
Absolutely not.
The way your questions sometimes receive puzzled looks rather than curiosity.
So easy.
The way your emotions seem to register at a different frequency than the people around you. These moments are small. Almost invisible. Yet over time they begin to accumulate like tiny grains of sand collecting in the mind. And slowly a quiet awareness begins to grow. Perhaps the emotional rhythm of this family is not quite the same as yours. Perhaps the way you experience the world is slightly different from the people who raised you. This realization can be confusing, especially in childhood. Because society teaches that family is supposed to be the place of automatic belonging. The place where differences dissolve. But emotional belonging is not always automatic. Sometimes two people can share the same house, the same last name, even the same childhood memories, yet still feel like they are standing on opposite sides of an invisible river. For the person who begins to sense this distance, life inside the family can feel like quietly watching a play from the edge of the stage. You are present. You are part of the story. Yet something about the script never quite fits your voice. Many people who feel like outsiders in their family spend years wondering what they did wrong. They replay childhood memories searching for a mistake. A moment where they somehow failed to connect. But the truth is often much simpler and much deeper. Families are ecosystems of personality. Each person enters the world with their own emotional wiring, their own sensitivities, their own ways of interpreting reality. Sometimes those differences align naturally. But sometimes they do not. Imagine a family where most members express love through loud conversation and energetic debate. A child who processes emotions quietly might feel overwhelmed by that environment. Not because the family lacks love, but because the emotional language spoken around them does not match their internal landscape. Or consider the child who asks questions that reach beneath the surface of everyday life. Questions about meaning, identity, or fairness. In a household focused mainly on practical survival or routine, such curiosity may be met with confusion. Over time these small mismatches create subtle emotional gaps. Another factor is the quiet architecture of family roles. Many families unconsciously organize themselves into patterns. One child becomes the responsible one. Another becomes the entertainer. Another becomes the rebel. These roles are rarely assigned intentionally. They simply emerge as the family system searches for balance.
But sometimes a child does not naturally fit any of the existing roles.
Their personality does not reinforce the structure that keeps the family comfortable.
When that happens, the child may slowly drift into a role that has no clear definition.
The observer. The quiet one. The one who stands slightly outside the emotional center of the group. At first this difference might seem small. But over time it shapes how the child experiences belonging itself. Because belonging is not only about love. It is about recognition. It is about seeing your inner world reflected somewhere in the eyes of the people around you. When that reflection is faint or inconsistent, the mind begins to feel like a traveler moving through familiar territory that somehow never feels fully like home. To understand why this happens, psychologists often turn to something called family systems theory. The idea is simple but powerful. A family is not just a collection of individuals. It is a living system where each person unconsciously adjusts their behavior to maintain emotional balance within the group. Think of it like a mobile hanging above a crib. If one piece moves, every other piece shifts slightly to keep the structure stable. Families operate in a similar way. When tension appears, certain members may step forward to calm the storm. Others might distract with humor. Some withdraw completely. Over time these reactions solidify into roles. The peacemaker. The achiever. The rebel. The caretaker. These roles help the family maintain equilibrium. But equilibrium does not always equal emotional harmony. Sometimes the system functions smoothly precisely because certain feelings remain unspoken. In many families there is also a role that receives far less attention. The observer. This is often the person who senses the emotional undercurrents beneath everyday interactions. The one who notices the subtle shifts in tone during conversations. The unspoken tensions that ripple through the room. People in this role often develop strong emotional awareness. They see patterns others overlook. They recognize contradictions between words and actions. But this awareness can also deepen the feeling of distance. Because seeing the structure of a system is not the same as feeling fully inside it. The observer often learns to watch rather than participate. To understand rather than express. And over time this position at the edge of the emotional landscape can create a strange paradox. You know your family deeply. You understand their fears, their habits, their hidden motivations. Yet you still feel like a guest moving quietly through their world. When the mind senses that its emotional language does not quite match the surrounding environment, it begins to adapt. Humans are remarkably skilled at psychological adaptation. Especially children. Rather than constantly confronting the feeling of difference, the mind often creates new ways of existing within it. One common adaptation is observation. Children who feel like outsiders often become extraordinarily perceptive. They watch the room carefully. They notice shifts in mood before anyone else does. They learn when to speak and when silence will keep the peace. Over time this ability can develop into a kind of emotional radar. A sensitivity to human behavior that feels almost intuitive. Another adaptation is the creation of a rich internal world. When emotional connection feels inconsistent in the external environment, the mind sometimes turns inward for stability. Thoughts become deeper. Imagination becomes more vivid. Reflection becomes a quiet refuge. This inner landscape can be both beautiful and lonely. Beautiful because it allows for deep self-understanding. Lonely because it reinforces the feeling that your truest experiences exist somewhere others cannot easily reach. Some people who grow up with this pattern become skilled listeners. Others become writers, artists, thinkers, or psychologists. Their sensitivity to emotional nuance becomes a source of insight. But beneath these strengths there can still exist a quiet ache. The sense that while you learn to understand others very well, fewer people learn to understand you in return. This is one of the paradoxes of feeling like an outsider in your own family. The experience that once created loneliness can also shape empathy. The distance that once felt isolating can eventually become a window into the complexity of human emotion. As the years pass, another layer of complexity often appears. Because even when someone senses they are different within their family, the desire to belong rarely disappears. Humans are deeply wired for connection, especially with the people who raised them. This creates an internal tension that can be difficult to name. On one side there is the quiet recognition that emotional closeness may never unfold in the way you once hoped. On the other side there remains a lingering wish that someday something might change. Perhaps a conversation will finally open the door to understanding. Perhaps someone will notice the parts of you that have always remained invisible. This tension can lead to feelings of guilt. You might question whether the distance you feel is somehow unfair to the people around you. After all, they may have provided love in the ways they knew how. They may believe the family connection is perfectly normal. Yet emotional truth does not always align neatly with intention. Someone can care for you deeply while still struggling to see the inner shape of who you are. This realization can bring a subtle form of grief. Not dramatic grief. Not the kind that arrives with obvious loss. But a quiet mourning for a version of connection that never fully formed. For some people this grief appears as emotional withdrawal. For others it appears as relentless attempts to bridge the gap through conversation or achievement. But eventually many people reach a moment where a new understanding begins to emerge. Perhaps the distance was never a personal failure at all. At some point a quiet shift begins to take place. Often it happens slowly. A conversation with a friend. A moment of reflection. A piece of writing that suddenly puts language to feelings long buried beneath the surface. And gradually a new perspective begins to form. The sense of being different within your family may not mean you were broken. It may simply mean your emotional wiring developed along a slightly different path. Families are not perfect mirrors. They are collections of individuals shaped by different generations, values, fears, and experiences. Sometimes the emotional patterns of a household form long before a child enters the world. Those patterns may carry assumptions about communication, vulnerability, or identity that do not naturally match every personality. When a person finally understands this, something inside them can soften. The years of self-questioning begin to loosen their grip. Instead of asking what is wrong with me, the question slowly changes. What if this difference is simply part of who I am? This realization does not erase the past. But it can transform how the past is understood. The quiet distance that once felt like rejection may begin to look more like divergence. Two emotional languages that developed in parallel rather than opposition. And from this new perspective something else becomes possible. The idea that belonging might not be limited to the structure you were born into. One of the most liberating discoveries many people eventually make is that belonging is not a single doorway. It is a landscape with many paths. Family can be one source of connection. But it is not always the only one. Throughout life people encounter others whose emotional language feels unexpectedly familiar. A friend who understands your quiet humor. A mentor who recognizes the questions that once confused others. A community where your way of seeing the world finally resonates. These connections can feel surprisingly natural. As if a missing piece of the emotional puzzle has quietly fallen into place. This does not erase the importance of family. Nor does it require rejecting the people who raised you. Instead it expands the definition of belonging itself. You can appreciate the role your family played in your life while still acknowledging that your deepest sense of recognition may emerge elsewhere. For many people this realization brings a sense of relief. The years spent wondering why connection felt difficult begin to settle into a new narrative. Perhaps you were never meant to fit perfectly inside one emotional system. Perhaps your path was always meant to cross several different worlds. And in that journey you discover something profound. Belonging is not always inherited. Sometimes it is discovered slowly through the people who see the parts of you that once felt invisible. If this reflection made you feel seen in some quiet way, then you are not alone in that feeling. Many people carry the experience of standing slightly outside the emotional center of their own family.
It is a subtle and often unspoken part of the human story.
Yet recognizing it can bring a surprising sense of clarity. Because the feeling of being different does not mean you are broken.
Sometimes it simply means your way of experiencing the world follows a different rhythm. If you would like to continue exploring these quiet corners of human psychology, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. This channel is meant to be a space where the hidden emotions people carry are spoken about with honesty and care. And if you feel comfortable sharing, you are welcome to leave a comment about your experience. Not because you must, but because sometimes a single story can help someone else realize they are not alone in theirs. Take care of yourself.